Everything should be updated. Toxic Yuri, let's go. This is also a game from the Seago, except this is a free game, actually, on itch.io. itch.io. They have other stuff, too. I like their art style. Alright. Game contains violence, gore, depiction of abuse, and homophobia, as well as sexual themes. The night was sweltering, warm with the heavy humidity that sank into my clothes. I feared that reaching to put out... I know how to speak the words that are coming on the screen. I feared that reaching to put on our shoes would wake someone, so we snuck out of the camp barefoot. But I barely noticed the earth caked between my toes. Instead, I was focused on her hand, warm where it was wrapped around my own. I let her lead me along the forest at the edge of the campsite. Syira, do you have the string? I blinked, then felt around in my pocket for the spool of red thread. I had taken it from my home economics kit before we left for the trip, along with a small pair of scissors. Yeah. We had first discovered the ritual on a blog. There had been many ranging from confusing to downright morbid, but when we landed on this one, it felt safe enough to try. After all, we just had to tie a red string to a banana tree, connect that same string to our pinkies, and make our wish. Remember, we have to make the same wish or it won't come true. Yeah, I know. Best friends forever? I nodded to show her that I had understood. Huimin returned a smile, gentle and sincere. Even in the dark, where I could barely make out her features, the gesture made my chest tight. Then we both lowered our heads and clasped our hands together again. Make the wish in your heart, the blog had instructed. My heart thundered in my chest. Huimin wished for us to stay best friends forever, and I wished for her to be mine. Whatever demon or spirit that was supposed to grant our wish never did. More than a decade later, Huimin and I are neither together nor best friends. At least, best friends probably see each other more in person than on Instagram. Instead, she's been seeing this guy for 5 years. Their smiling faces pressed together along with the caption teases me. Anniversary chalet with the bay. I can already see how it will all go from here. Soon they'll get engaged, then they'll apply for a BTO flat, get married, move out together. It's the ever-popular Singaporean dream of building a nuclear family. Huimin had always wanted her own place, so I should be happy for her, but bitterness churns in my stomach. Her boyfriend's smile taunts me, reminded me of what I can't have with her in this stupid heteronormative country. I closed the app. Years ago, despite everything, I thought we had a chance. I thought that if life just meandered and turned in the right way, if we were stubborn enough and lived on our own rules, we could have our happy ending too. Now I don't know anymore. I think of that ritual. If it had worked, would it have saved or doomed me? A tired sigh consumes me and I close my eyes. It's too much for tonight. I don't want to spiral into this again. I'm indoors, but there's sand beneath my feet. It must have followed me from the beach, stubborn even as I walked for miles, clinging to my soles to finally make it home. But this is not my home. I'm in somebody else's house. This is a stench in the air. The smell of a mess that had not been cleaned up, or something left out to rot. Shit, hold on one second. Oh, Watrello's in chat. What the fuck is a Watrel? Is that like an electric? That sounds like an electric type, like a lightning bulb. No, a light bulb. One second. Electric puffin? Whoa, like a vape? I like this background music. The smell of the mess that had not been cleaned up, or something left out to rot. Something resembling... Gasp! It was a dream. As I shake off the grogginess, I realize my phone is ringing. Must be the middle of the night. I frown. Calls this late are never good. Huimin, why would she call me? Despite the oddity of the call, my heart swells with fondness at the thought of her on the other side. Without sparing another moment, I accept the call. This is very, if you've ever seen it, Yellow Jackets, which is a great show, and everybody should watch it. Syira, are you there? She sounds frantic, her voice breathless and pitched. I'm here. Huimin, I'm here. What's wrong? Oh my god, Syira, The line cracks, movement muffling the receiver. As I strain to hear her, I realize in horror that Huimin is crying. Calm down, tell me what happens. David and I had a fight, and I pushed him by accident, and then he just... Can you come to the chalet, please? I don't know what to do. Oh, okay, can you text me the address? I'll go now. Yeah, I'll text you. You'll help me, right? Of course, we're best friends. I don't know why I said that. We haven't even acknowledged that in years. Thanks, Syira. After the call ends, I stare at the screen, letting it sink in. Something had happened between Huimin and her boyfriend. Something bad. My first thought was that he had hurt her, but she said that she had pushed him. A dark, malicious thought began to take root in my head. Are things finally turning in my favor? Did the demon coiled in the trunk of that banana tree hear my wish after all? My phone pinged, starting me out of my thoughts. A few texts had come in from Huimin. The first one was a badly typed address, followed by another text that corrects a few typos while also making a few new ones. Finally, a third one comes in with everything laid out, corrected. This one, she says. Sorry. I saw the first 2 seasons of Yellow Jackets, but I feel like it started to drag by 2 feet. Like, it started with a clear idea of where it was going, and then they decided, oh, we have to make an IPTM, and it kept going forever. I feel like that is an issue with a lot of shows, and to be fair, I have not finished Yellow Jackets. I have only watched the first 2 seasons. So that's probably why I'm like, it's such a good show. Yeah, it's... I think it's a cool one, though. I also, oh, there's another show like Yellow Jackets that I'm like, oh, this one's also good if you like Yellow Jackets. I can't remember off the top of my head. I fire a quick text back to acknowledge it. I'm just, listen, or Toxic Yuri here. We were talking about Pluribus, Yellow Jackets. I fire a quick text back to acknowledge it, then move to get changed to leave the house. At this hour, the buses and trains have long stopped running. A cab is too expensive. I grab my bicycle instead. Also, if you're gonna help hide a body, you don't want a trail. I know the chalet is about 20 minutes away by bike. It's an old establishment on East Coast Park, popular for barbecues near the beach. Do you ever eat your toxic girlfriend? Not out? Yeah. So there's also a visual novel called It Gets So Lonely here. In which you, there's a little bit of cannibalism. I've been there many years ago. As part of our secondary school class gathering, it was supposed to be a fun sleepover with everyone, which in theory was exciting, but became a huge mess in execution. Eventually, Huimin stuck over to my house and slept over there instead. I hated the class trip, but our own sleepover felt special. That was when I stopped my thoughts there. I've arrived at Huimin's chalet. Is that the one with the girl who buries the others? Yeah, I think, that's the one where it's a looping visual novel. So you romance 3 different monsters, and then the overarching is like your actual toxic witch girlfriend. Hi, Codini. Everybody acknowledge Cody. Otherwise, he'll get sad. I stop my thoughts there. I've arrived at Huimin's chalet. It's dark, but I can make out the villa numbers beside the door. It's one of the last few villas at the edge of the property, closer to the forest than the beach. I leave my bicycle by the side of the road and walk up the door. I knock 3 times. Huimin, it's me, Syira. I like her outfit. Oh my god. The door unlocks and Huimin peers out. I'm taken aback by the blood soaked into her clothes.
No, you get back down there.
Why? I already did my 20. Easily.
Bye, Cody. Have fun in the sloot realm. Huimin? No, he who shall not be named doesn't deserve it. Don't even know. He's literally been smited from existence. Syira. She violently she reaches for my arm, grabbing on tightly. Her nails dig into my flesh as she trembles violently. I can trust you, right? Promise me you won't call the police. Promise me, please. The words tumble out of her, a desperate and incoherent plea. My mind is whirring. Are you hurt? Huh? I reach out with my other hand, push back her unkempt hair to look at her face properly. It seems like there's blood everywhere, even splattered on her face. It makes me sick thinking any of it could be hers. The blood. Did you get hurt? Huimin finally realizes what I'm asking about. She peers down at her shirt, seeming to take in her own appearance with fresh shock. It's not mine. Okay. I breathe a sigh of relief. But, Syira, I did something bad. Please don't call the police yet, okay? I didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it. You'll help me, right? Her tear-stained face tugs at my heart. Whatever conscience I had crumples easily in the sway of her plea. I have a slow, sinking realization, like an anchor doomed for the ocean floor, that I was ready to do whatever she asked of me. Of course I'll help you. A small relief blooms on her face, but quickly disappears as she leads me into the villa. He's here. Huimin pauses in the doorway, leading to the living area. It's the scene from my dream, but crystal clear and real. The room is in disarray, furniture upturned and thrown from its original place, the remnants of a fight. David had collapsed headfirst into a glass table. Shards exploded and littered over the floor with blood pooling under his body. Did Huimin do this? Besides me, a large gasp escapes her. Oh my god, oh my god. Syira, did I kill him? I hold my breath, heart hammering in my chest as I approach the man. The glass crunches under my shoes and blood sticks to the soles. This close, the blood stuck to his hair and skin is dark and viscous, something vile and utterly wrong. I know the answer before I press 2 fingers to his neck, that there would be no pulse. He's dead. Huimin screams, chest heaving like an animalistic realization. She banned Cody. I whirl around, pushing her. That's the sound Cody made, going into the shadow realm. I whirl around, pushing her hair back to look at her face. She looks pathetic, pale and trembling as she all but falls apart. Huimin, look at me. I promise that I'll help you, right? She nods slowly. So I'll help you. Let's bury him, then clean up. Okay. I tug on Huimin's arm, helping her up to her feet. She pointedly avoids looking at David again, rifling through a few drawers before pulling out large black trash bags. I let her handle his feet while I deal with his bloodied head. Together, we wrap the body in layers and layers of black plastic until we could see neither his skin or the clothes on his back. What's good, my skibbity sigma? Hi, Candy. We drag the body out to the back. The chalet sits at the edge of the property, facing out into the forest. Grass had overgrown in neglect, long and spindly at our feet. Let's bury him here. I dug my hand into the earth, prying grass and soil away. It's long, arduous work, toiling away with nothing but our bare bodies. Maybe we should have scoured for tools in the house, something to use as a shovel, but as I peer at Huimin, the bare motion seems to feel like repentance. I don't speak a word to her. I just keep digging, nails growing black with dirt and skin turning bloodied. We paid. Together. When at last a large enough hole appeared, we pushed the body in and covered it up. Oh, what a lovely looking Christmassy game. Hey, Christmassy games are starting next week, Monday. Monday we'll start Christmassy games. For now, get you in the spirit. Hey, all I want for Christmas is a toxic YURI relationship. And I just don't think that's too much to ask. The room also needed cleaning up. Huimin gathers a broom to sweep up the glass shards that had flown to every corner of the room upon impact. I scrub blood off the tiles, turning an old rag pink. It's still Halloween. Hey, for those who believe. I think we're done here. Huimin stares at me wordlessly, eyes blinking in a daze. I realize her blouse is still soaked with blood, the substance caking into her hair, along with dirt from the backyard. Her face is blotchy with dried tears, sweat pooling at her neck. Doomed Yuri? Yes! So here's the thing, though. This is, like, the worst way to get rid of a body. They're going to be caught so fast. So fucking fast. You should take a shower. Huimin reaches out, fingers closing around my jacket. You too? I wasn't sure what she meant, or what was going to happen. I wasn't sure up until we were shuffling into the bathroom together, shedding our clothes and stepping into the shower stall. Where the hot water poured down both our backs. You can go first. The phrase lingers at the tip of my tongue, always on the verge of being voiced before I swallow it down. Something about the way Huimin had closed her fist over the lapel in my jacket. The way she tugged on my arm to lead me into the bathroom. The way she loosened my hair tie and pulled my ponytail apart. I couldn't say it. Instead, I grasped at the straws presented to me, fingers threading through her fine black hair. I'll help you wash your hair. Okay. As the soap ran down her back, I noticed purplish bruises blooming on her back. They were stark against her fair skin, big patches that seemed deliberate rather than accidental. Best way to dissolve a body in a barrel and dump it into the sewage system, particularly in a different part of town. Everyone knows that. The giggle. Oh. No, a friend just texted me. That was Huimin I sent them something hours ago, and I've been anticipating their response, and it finally came through. I wondered if she would want to talk about it at all. The best way to dispose of bodies is to leave it there. It's literally biodegradable. Oh, I like these. I like these, save slots. Adding SpongeBob and Patrick to Fortnite tonight, either mayonnaise. Whoa. I've been getting a lot of SpongeBob recommendations on, like, YouTube and stuff for random stuff. Oh, and mayonnaise. That's an instrument, right? Honestly though, Carrie, you're not wrong. A lot of times it's the moving the body and trying to hide it that gets people more caught. They fucked up by trying to hide it instead of just coming up with a believable story of why he's dead. Ask out the bruises, talk about memory. Well, the search dog. Well, so that's the thing is, in trying to hide it, like they're covering it up. He's gonna get reported missing. She posted that they were there. They're gonna come looking. They're better off just reporting the body now, like calling it now, and just being like, we got into an argument, blah 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 blah, and coming up with a story that doesn't implicate you. Granted, I guess I don't know the Filipino, like, I don't know in the Philippines, you know, self-defense. I don't know how much. Who did they kill? So they didn't kill anyone. Huimin, the girl with black hair, called us at like 4 a.m. and was like, I pushed my boyfriend and I think he's dead. We got into an argument. So we don't actually know exactly what happened. But she's covered in bruises. When we walked in, he was like, he died because he fell into a glass table. Is not kind towards women, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess I don't know what they're kind of like. I don't know what the system is like there. So like maybe this is actually the better stuff. But he had fallen into the glass table and hit his head. And that's what caused, like, he bled out. Because he fell into the glass and hit his head. But like the room was like destroyed around them. Oh, there's a Sawaddle in chat. So like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what kind of forensics they're working with over there. Do you remember when we were in primary 4 together? I got bullied and you had to wash my hair for me just like this. Yeah, you were much more timid then. And you were unhinged. Huimin lets out a soft, humorless laugh. Yeah, things were so different back then. Interesting. Well, I've seen Stranger Things. I remember I got called to read aloud in class. Back then, I had a hard time projecting my voice. Even something simple like reading a passage aloud in class was a nightmare. The teacher was such a jerk for picking on you for that. Yeah, she made me repeat it again and again because I wasn't loud enough until the class got frustrated with me. It was a bunch of boys who picked on you after, right? They were pissed that we were late to recess. The boys cornered me after class ended, confronting me as if I had done the whole thing on purpose. Caught off guard, I didn't know how to respond as my cheeks burned in mortification. It all happened so fast. Suddenly, someone was grabbing my hair and another was uncapping a bottle of glue and pouring it over my braids. You appeared right then and saved me. More like just cursed them until they ran off. Yeah, what did you use, dialect? Yep, learned it from my dad. I was grateful to Huimin, clutching onto her hands like a lifeline as she led me to the washroom to clean up. Shame had consumed me and I apologized profusely, but she deflected all of that. So excited to watch the rest of season 5 Stranger Things. It's giving strong. Oh, really? I haven't watched Stranger Things, I think, since like season 3. I kind of got out of it. But that's coming. Was it Christmas Day? Is when the second half comes out. Watch it. I mean, I have watched it. I've just stopped caring for it. Not enough to try and figure out where to watch it since I don't have Netflix. Episode 1, the New Year's okay. Oh, so they're doing like a 2-part second half? That's weird. Yeah, no, I liked the first season a lot. It kind of started losing me like second and third. Well, I mean, I have such a backlog. Like, Stranger Things is so far down on my list of things that I want to watch. Like, I'm capable of finding it. It's not up there enough for me to want to go through the effort of finding it. She forced me to accept her care. It's Netflix's flavor of shonen queerbaiting considered doomed yaoi. Those are certainly all words, Carrie. I know you giggled a little bit typing that in. Avengers Doomsday is however. Avengers is another one that I used to. We were talking about this when we did Fallout last Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday. That really big. Used to really big. I was super big into all those like years ago, but I'm just not interested anymore. I'm so burnt out on. Maybe. But yes, the queer baiting. I'm like, no. I've gone through it with Supernatural. Pay to watch next. Yeah, Marvel in general is kind of pissed me off with a lot of their shit recently. I also got out. I didn't want to have to watch all of the shows. So yeah, that's another one that I'm like, I'm not super into. She forced me to accept her care instead. Huimin guided me to tilt my head back into the sink, tugging off my hair tie to release the black waves of my hair. Then she switched on the tap and ran the water through my hair. I closed my eyes, sinking into the sensations. Her fingers combed through my hair, starting at the tips, carefully breaking up clumps of dried glue. She worked her way up to my scalp, tugging and untangling the strands of my hair. She was so meticulous, so gentle, that my heart ached. It was such a sharp contrast to how she treated the boys. I couldn't help thinking how lucky I was to be the one best friend that she had chosen. It was the first time I felt painfully vulnerable in her presence. For someone like me, who doubted everything and struggled to keep my head up, her unwavering presence was so precious. I'm glad we became friends. Me too. Huimin seems calmer. Her shoulders have loosened up and her eyes are closing. Running water fills the silence. I wonder if she ever gets the same fluttering, vulnerable sensations I did. If this feels as intimate for her as it did for me back then, or if it's really nothing but a favor. Thank you, Syira. It's nothing. I think your hair's clean now. No, I mean, talking about the past, it was nice. I missed it. I leave Huimin to settle down in the room. Something draws me to the backyard again. The grave we've made is still there, a fresh mound of dirt in the midst of a long, overgrown grass. I think of his body, broken and buried beneath. I want him to rot. I want his flesh and skin to break apart and separate from bone, for the earth to consume him whole and leave nothing to touch her ever again. My head whips up at a sound, squinting at the trees. Belatedly, I am reminded of the ritual Huimin and I had done as kids. How we had tied a red string to a tree, just like one of many here. Who is... Before I can get my sentence out, the figure disappears as suddenly as it had appeared. I'm left with my heart pounding like a drumbeat, limbs trembling and skin speckled with goosebumps. I quickly returned to the room. Huimin had changed into a fresh set of clothes, but hadn't moved to dry off her hair. She stood motionless in a corner of the room, wet hair dripping onto the floor. I grab a towel and approach her. Huimin. Huimin turns at the sound of my voice. She'd stopped crying, but her eyes still looked glassy, eyes red, rimmed, and puffy. Other X-Men characters and movies. I'm very excited to see X-Men in the Marvel-verse. I never really was super big into X-Men. Huimin turns at the sound of my voice. She had stopped crying, but her eyes still looked glassy. Eyes red-rimmed and puffy. Despite looking in my direction, I wasn't sure if she was seeing me. I ignore that and push on. Come here, I'll help dry off your hair. She doesn't move. I go to her instead. She doesn't protest when I take hold of her hair, sandwiching it between the towel and rubbing the strands dry. I just am not a big fan of X-Men. I like Wolverine included. The exception being the, what was the, like, 2000s animated X-Men show? I used to love the shit out of that. I'm also just not a big fan of live-action renditions of stuff. Like, I was back into Avengers. Avengers had me up until Endgame, and then I kind of, after Endgame, was done. It's just, there's too much. It's also that's also the issue that comes with trying to get people into comics, is there's so much, and it gets so convoluted, and it's just it's not worth it to try and have to keep up with 500 things to watch a movie. But also, fuck Disney. So, that's another reason. Disney's acquisition of Marvel was absolutely a turning point. Well, way too many movies, but also just with all the shows that are happening. I feel like I'm having such deja vu because we literally just talked about this with all the shows and stuff, and then like the retcons, and like what show does apply, what show doesn't apply. I do like a couple of them, and I'm never like, if it's on, like if somebody wants to watch it, I'm not gonna be like, no, I don't want to watch it. But I'm never, those ones are like, those are the movies that I'm like, I'm not gonna ever be like, I want to watch something. What should I put on in my spare time? With the exception of Winter Soldier, because I love Captain America: Winter Soldier. But like if somebody wants to watch them, I'm like, okay, fine. He's right behind me, isn't he? That's such like a movie trope. But yeah, like, I mean, it's I get why people like it, especially if you're into those. And they're certainly fun. I mean, we were just talking the other day about my love of Michael Bay Transformer movies, which are absolutely no better. Because you need summer flicks. I love a good summer flick where it's like you go in, you watch it, you have a good time. But that's the issue with Marvel movies, is they try to be summer flicks, but they're too complicated. There's too much stuff happening for them to just be fun summer movies. Genuine. Yeah, listen, the needle drops in Transformer movies are something fucking else. But yeah, no, they're just not my cup of tea, and that's fine. They don't have to be. Everybody doesn't have to like everything. And somebody not liking something doesn't mean you're not valid in your enjoyment of it. But also, Carrie, listen, you're one to talk. Your favorite movie ever existed that ever was ever created is Romeo and Juliet. So, like... No, I mean, I don't have, like I said, I don't have an issue with them. There's not many movies that I would be like, I refuse to watch. Oh no, Carrie is absolutely giving shade. 100%. 100%. Because he does that with everything. Talk shit about Reservoir Dogs that I was reading the wrong hands. No, Reservoir Dogs is a good movie. That is a good movie. But no, it's their genre, like, they're different. Like, the zucchini thing is kind of a good thing, where it's like, I mean, I can't talk, I actually just really love zucchini. I can fuck up a zucchini. But they're just, I don't know, they did a filmmaking for nearly, yeah. Is Scott Pilgrim? That's a funny movie. Somebody saying their favorite movie is Scott Pilgrim is, the coin is gonna fall on either side of, like, why is it your favorite? Like, do you understand what that is either such a green flag or a red flag and no in between. Did you watch the animated then? Because wasn't there just an animated series that came out like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that at this point now? No, not 5 or 6, like 3 or 4. Scott Pilgrim is a good movie though. And that's why I'm like it's the, and didn't watch the show? Oh. Okay. And no, there is an issue with oversaturation in media. And this came up when we were talking about Wuthering Waves and the whole Hoyoverse-esque type of games. Is it stuff gets super oversaturated and you just get tired of it. No matter how like talented or good or whatever it is, you have to have variety. It's non-canon stuff, which is fun, but a waste of my time. And yet, you like all the Marvel movies! What the f- Not! It's so funny with when comic people are talking about canon are way better than the movie. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. I feel like that's usually how that shit kind of goes. But no, absolutely, Carrie is giving you shade. You can give him shade back. You can just make up shade to throw at him. That's what I do, usually. I've never read the Scott Pilgrim. I've only seen the movie, but I enjoyed the movie. I think it's fun. Alright, speaking of stories though, let's get back into this one. It's not your fault. I didn't mean to. Did I really? Did I really not mean to? I paused. No, of course she didn't. The guilt is just eating away at her. I wish it would end already, be done flowing out of wherever well of conscience it came from. I wish we could move on, away from the shadow of him. He has to make up stuff to give me shit. No, I don't agree with everything you've ever said. It's just, unfortunately, the things you enjoy, I also enjoy. So, like, I can't talk shit about the things you like, because I like them too. There's... the overlap of things you like that I don't like is not that big. I love superheroes. That's valid. I enjoy the superheroes too. I hate what Disney Marvel has done to the superhero movie genre. I do not endorse every thought. Maybe, kind of, I did create you with my mind. I specifically what Marvel and what DC tries to do with the movies. I hate what Disney did to Star Wars. Listen, Disney's a problem and we gotta get rid of that mouse. I'm sorry. But I'm ambivalent to where I don't have big feelings with Star Wars. I had not seen any of the Star Wars movies until the the recent Kylo Ray trilogy, whatever that series is called, whatever that trilogy is called, came out. I had never seen any. And my roommate at the time was like, "You've never seen Star Wars movies?" I have watched them since then. Because I watched them all before we went to go, because they wanted to go to like the midnight premiere of the beginning of the first movie in the new trilogy or something. And so we marathoned all of the movies in the couple days leading up to it. So I had seen them all by the time it was time to go, but it's because I didn't watch it until I was grown. So I don't have that like childhood nostalgia growing up with it that like a lot of people do. They're good movies, I guess. They did stuff for cinema, but they're not like I don't think the Star Wars movies are ever gonna like break my top 10 favorite movies. But it was ass never looked back. Yeah, it's so I definitely think the hype is a product of the time in which it came out. And I do like a lot of the cinema, like I like the like miniatures and like the way I like the behind the scenes for how they filmed a lot of it. Stephen King, I don't care for him. He's really good at creating monsters and universes, but his actual writing style and the things he chooses to include got me scratching my head on some things. And then also he's just fucking he was on cocaine writing a lot of it, but I enjoy a lot of his stuff. I love if you like his stuff, the Welcome to Derry show, very good. I just finished watching that one. I really liked Welcome to Derry. He was coked out of his mind for several decades, which did unfortunately lead to some weird writing choices. His stuff is all to, once you start, because I went through a phase in like middle school and high school where I read almost all of his books. And once you read a lot of them, he's honestly very repetitive with his main characters. The transition, he's overall, he's pretty great. Like, it's just, some of the stuff, I think I was explaining it to Quinn, I was like, sometimes he includes, and I'm like, yeah, but maybe we don't need, maybe we don't always need representation. Like, maybe some representation doesn't need to happen. His books are Welcome to Derry, Pennywise the Sofa Ghoul and The Shining. Oh, so you are reading it, yeah. I tend to, and this is very rare, but I tend to enjoy the movie adaptations of his books more than the actual books, because usually in the movie adaptations, they cut out the shit in his books that you're like, why are you including this? Some movies are good. I'm a big fan. My favorite one of his books, if you haven't read it, is Needful Things. Needless Things, Needful Things. That's my favorite of his books. That one's really good. But no, if you like The Shining, or like not The Shining, but if you like The Shine, I think a lot of that comes up in his Dark Tower series, the Dark Tower series. But there's just like there's some weird shit. Chapter 2, yeah, I just watched it with some friends for like, they had only, I'd seen it before, but they watched it for the first time. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. Moon. Oh, I'll watch the whole video later. I think it's funny, not a positive area, how he embodies the author who writes women. Yeah, no, he doesn't have, his actual writing is not great. And his actual writing style. That's why I'm like, he does really good world building, and he creates these really cool worlds, and like the monsters, and like the shine power. I also really liked The Shining and fuck, what is the sequel called? I really liked both those movies. In the original movie, I find it to be pretty creepy since it used practical effects for some real practical. I think the It movies, even the newer ones, I think they aired more toward practical effects than they did CGI. You can see, like, if you watch the behind the things, a lot of that stuff was practical. Yeah, no, his actual writing is kind of ass. I read it all in middle and high school, and I enjoyed it, and then I remember going back in college to, like, read one of them, and I was like, oh. Dr. Sleep, that's what it is, The Shining, and just had better creep factor. Well, yeah, but it was also, it's a different kind. It's a different kind of creep, right? It's a different kind of horror. And that's something he kind of does well, too, is well, no, I'm not even gonna say he does it well. Never mind. I like the worlds he builds. The characters that he chooses to include, especially the main character, and then usually there's a ladybug on my microphone. What are you doing there, buddy? You don't belong here. You belong outside with your people. Hi. There's a ladybug on my microphone. Sometimes the instant she would think of the job. Yeah, no, the main male character, usually the wife, girlfriend, that includes, and then, like, the kid, like, his Monkey Paw series, he has a anthology series that they always, I don't know, his male characters are not great. The original book, so, Candy, yeah, what you're talking about is when I'm like, there is some stuff that he includes that I'm like, why would you include that? And it's because he was on cocaine. But that I'm like, yeah, it's a choice. He makes choices. He certainly makes choices. And it's one of those, I'm like, I mean, there's a reason he's been around so long. Cocaine. It'll get you. But yeah, and because he has that, and that happens a lot. I feel was unnecessary, but IDK, I haven't sold a bill. Yeah, it's like, why would you? Because it's not even like, and because whenever you tell people it happens, they're like, oh, is that how they defeat it? And it's like, no, it happens after everything else, and there's no reason. Like, there's not ever a reason to include it, but like, there's not even like it just happens. It's just like, oh, this is how they represent the fact that they're no longer children and they're becoming adults. And I'm like, sometimes I think he doesn't like women. I just feel like he doesn't like women. There's one of his Tower books involves the fear demon? What is it? Fuck. Assaulting a woman. A black woman. It's kind of important. Who then turns around and assaults him so hard, he runs out. It's literally that werewolf meme. Did you like the Welcome to Derry miniseries, the original? I like I said, I'm usually a pretty big fan of his, like, actual movie adaptations. So, like, I just watched all of Welcome to Derry. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the original one is the one I watched, you know, back as a kid. Yes. And it's just like, what? Maybe we don't always need representation, you know? But yeah, no, it's, especially when he writes as a main character, the main male character who's a writer who hates his wife and hates his life. I'm like, Stephen King, I need you to go to therapy. I need you to go to therapy. Please. Because it happens almost every book. But yeah, I don't know, it's a book series. He's an author. It happens. What were we doing? Oh shit, yeah, okay, back into this. Maybe this will be what we do. I'm gonna accidentally make this 30-minute game last 2 hours because that's Awakening, but seek therapy, maybe? That is, I think, the crux of that's actually super funny. Hold on. adding this as a quote. Yeah, no, it's... I remember reading Carrie as a kid, and I just... Carrie's, yeah. I'm trying to remember what group chat I was talking this in. Whoa. Carrie, are you very sad as well? And I'm also, that is one of the ones, I'm always sad that the movie adaptation doesn't adapt it completely. Because in the book, she's plus sized, and it's actually something pretty important to, like, why she's bullied and what's happening. And I'm always very sad in all of the movie adaptations, they make her... Don't get me wrong, I love Chloe Grace Moritz, and I love, Sissy Spacek, I think, is the, original Carrie. They're great, but I'm always like, yo, make her plus size. Don't think I could handle... The book version isn't good. It's just watch the movies. Shelter different... So it's that as well, but there's a reason that they specifically use pig's blood when they pour the blood on her. It is the fact that she's overweight, goes into why they bully her, and part of, like, what they say to her when they're bullying her and stuff. I wish I had done it instead. I won't look back. It was an accident. That's all it was, Huimin. Huimin fell silent again. Talk about how you graduated together. Do you remember when we graduated together? Secondary school? Yeah. It was our first real taste of freedom. The first time in years I could spend months without worrying about either homework or exams. Both of us were 16, teenagers longing to eat out, play around, stay out late. We lusted for the autonomy that adulthood promised. I wanted to do everything all at once. It was exhilarating, especially so with Huimin by my side. It was satisfying when she snaps at IDK. Well, I mean, that's part of the horror, right? It's, I always, Carrie is more a tragedy to me than, like, a horror. If you ever want a really good laugh, there's a singular movie that Stephen King has directed called, like, Trucks, which I don't think is based off of any of his books. He just wanted to do a movie called Trucks. And it's like Christine, but there's a bunch of, like, killer trucks. You watched it? It's so fucking funny. It's so bad, it's good. Do you remember how we would split a McDonald's meal so we could save money? Or how we would walk around a whole mall with bubble tea and just window shop? We were so carefree back then. We were. Even though it was mundane in hindsight, those times meant a lot to me. It was what I clung onto after Huimin and I drifted apart. Did she think back about them too? Oh, that was when I dyed my hair for the first time. We finally didn't have enough annoying school rules about our hair or attire, so I itched to do something with it. I like her outfit. Absolute cinema. Hi, what? Using this opportunity to get a sip of my drink. Pro break brings the coffee. I'll be happy, Razor. We are. Hello, how are you doing? How was your stream? Thank you so much for bringing your community over. Welcome on in, Raiders. If you don't know who I am, my name is Emmy. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a variety streamer. We do a lot of cozy, a lot of horror, a lot of RPGs. And today we're doing some visual novels. Some toxic Yuri is currently what we're doing. Finally getting a small break from playing the game. Listen, I like yapping. And we are currently yapping about, I think, Stephen King. But welcome in. Coffee. I made myself a mocha the other day in that I made coffee into hot cocoa like a mad lad. I'm assuming that's how you make mocha. I don't know, but I drank it and it was good. Stream was good, getting a little frustrated at the game. Ooh, Mario and Luigi? Are you more mad at Mario or Luigi? And did you find out Bowser's inside story? I can only assume this is a detective game. It is. It's usually what I drink. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like sweeter drinks in general. So, like, I'm bad at, like, just, like, black coffee. But, Luigi keeps bugging me. Damn. That's a national hero. Just kidding. Maybe. But no, thank you so much for coming over. If you need to raid and run, leave a lurk. If you need to go, like, I don't know, like, punch a pillow or something, get your frustrations out, absolutely feel free to. But yeah, Browser has a good inside story. Is it like a detective, like, what's the inside scoop? Or is he, like, telling you about his Tumby issues? Are you magic school busing him right now? Love nerds, best people ever talked to us in a passion. Hey, thank you. I don't know, you, unfortunately, I am a, not, no, you do magic school bus him. Oh my god, you're like Osmosis Jones? What is this game? What, Mario? Look, all Mario games confuse me. Also, there's a slowpoke in chat, I think. Getting her started on something and shitting on her for it? Carrie, why do you hate me? Oh, is this an older Mario game? I could not tell you the plot of any Mario game. They confuse me and scare me, and I'm not good at platformers, so I stay away from them. Kind of. I guess they're kind of not platformers. Side-scrollers. I don't know. The only Mario game I've ever played, with any length of time in it is that unfair Mario game that you play in, like, the browser. It's a DS game, because you're woman and woman all remind me of my wife. Do you miss her yet? Bowser Wars? Wait, does Bowser eat you? What is this? It's a DS game? Oh. How does it... I'm assuming you're... Shmemulating. So you tried to escape Bowser eats you on accident? Whoa, so Bowser's gonna shit you out at the end of the game? Yeah, totally, you're totally using your real DS. I'm curious, how does a DS, because don't you have to, like, touch the screen? Is it just clicking? Hey, you say that, I have a real DS. I still have my DS, it still works and everything. I have one game for it currently, because I couldn't, long life. But I have Majora's Mask. Just clicking with the stylus, okay. Maybe you never got that far into a hard RPG. It's, oh, is it a hard, his insides are detailed. Ooh. Still my DS and my roomie still has iron. Yeah. I miss Nintendogs. That's so cool though. I'm glad. Hope you're enjoying it, even though it's frustrating. Yeah, thank you so much for coming over. We're doing a little horror. We're playing a really cool, so far, visual novel. Toxic, Yuri. Yearning. A little bit of yearning. So emulation is actually fully legal and allowed. Oh. Nintendogs speak for the 3DS. Oh, yeah, I do forget the DS and 3DS are two different things. Love walk with the dog at DS, need to get lunch, I'll be lurking. Oh, go get some lunch! If you have the product. Oh, yeah, I guess, I don't know, I just like to, I mean, nobody, who's checking on this little stream, right? Wink wink dungeon. Yeah. Watching the, yeah, so far, let me get this out of the way. So far, we're playing Syira, which is the girl on the left, who we fell out. We didn't have a falling out. We drifted apart from our bestie, Huimin, who is on the right. And she texted us, or she called us at like 3 in the morning at the start of the game and was like, I need you to come to the chalet, with my boyfriend. We got in an argument. I pushed him. I need your help. And so we're like, no problem, girl, we never got over. We're so in love with her. And we just helped her hide the body, and now we're dealing with the aftermath. I can't buy Sonic Jam anymore. Hey, if they're not gonna provide a way, I hate Lost Media pisses me off. Just give me a way to beat your game that's not $60 for a game that came out before I was fucking born. And even then, actual Lost Media is interesting. But when it's a video game that's Lost Media because you fucking vaulted it, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna single-handedly fight the entire games industry for doing this. Because there are so many games that I'm like, I really want to play. But Abandonware. I guess more so than lost media. Yeah, it would be abandonware. But my thing is, if there's nowhere to legally pay, or if there's nowhere to pay and buy the game, I mean, I don't care about pirating anyways. It's whatever you want to do. But like, I feel like it's to be expected. Like, if you're not going to provide a way for somebody to get it at all, like, what do you expect? We will finish this game some. What? Stop. I'm big yapping. Apparently, I'm just in a yapping mood today. Yeah. So, anyways, we dyed our hair. We're talking about when we graduated. I dyed my hair. I made you pick out the color for me. It's the same maroon shade I have right now. When the color first came out, Huimin said it was so pretty on me. It is really nice on her. And I had kept it since then, religiously re-dyeing the roots each time they grew out until it felt as if it was my own hair. It's still the same color. It grew on me. God, going through our memories really feels like crushing on a bruise. A bruise shaped like a pathetic, fruitless crush. Fruitless, get it? Fruit? The woman who's been putting me to sleep every night since 2019 just released. I want to watch Pluribus so bad. Back then, things felt almost perfect. I thought our relationship was heading in the right trajectory, that it was only a matter of time and I could get the ending I wanted. That she'll say yes instead of pushing me away. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. I'm gonna go lay down. Can you turn the light off? Okay. I'm just gonna turn the light. Ah! Jumpscares! I feel something squeezing my chest, making it impossible to breathe. I think of whispered ghost stories and urban legends, of the secrets muttered between two teenage girls. I think of Huimin and what happened when... slept over together? I see my bedroom in its familiar layout. Things have been shuffled around, nostalgic trinkets scattered around the room again. Huimin and I are teenagers, huddled on my bed, refusing to go to sleep even though it was well past midnight. We had ditched the class gathering earlier in the day, cycling to my place nearby to hang out instead. What do you think they're doing now? Probably playing Truth or Dare or some stupid games. Huimin lets out a huff. Yeah, they'll probably try to pair me up with Ouija again if I was there. My throat tightens. This was around the time in my life where I started to wonder if I liked girls. It was a secret I desperately wanted to hide. The thought of anyone finding out, especially my parents, left me deeply mortified. Still, despite my attempts to quell it, jealousy stirs in my gut. Well, do you like him? Huimin makes a face and I relax. No way. He thinks he's so good looking, but he's really just average. I can't stand him, actually. I wish I could see his reaction if you say that to his face. Huimin grins lazily, nuzzling her face into the pillow. Maybe I should surprise him for graduation. Give that inflated ego a good kick. We giggle some more. I feel dizzy with joy. Gloriously relieved that we were on the same side. That Huimin doesn't like him after all. I really want to sleep. I don't really want to sleep yet, Syira. Should we play a game too? What game? I blink, shuffling closer. Truth or Dare? Sure. Okay, Truth or Dare? Truth. Have you ever had a crush on someone? Oh. I hadn't expected her to ask something like that. So cliched and embarrassing, yet drawn so confidently from her lips. Or the kissing game! The Pocky game. I suppose she won't know who, even if I answered honestly. Yes. Huimin smiles. Now you ask me. Truth or Dare? Truth. I am a petty, immature teenager. Her question has flustered me, so I wanted to turn the tables back on her. Have you ever kissed someone? Kissing game? There's the slightest hint of a blush on Huimin's cheeks, but she answers without wavering. Yes, at one of the camps. My breath stills. I hate that I asked, even though I knew the answer would feel like a truck running me over. My stupid, sensitive heart hurts, and I want to cry and end the game. Now it's your turn again. Truth or Dare? I stare at her, blinking slowly. Suddenly, I'm tired of honesty. My heart already feels raw, bleeding on my sleeve from just a few questions. Dare, whatever. I dare you to kiss me. My eyes go wide. What? You haven't kissed anyone before, right? No, I haven't, but it's really nothing much, Syira. No. It really isn't nothing much. I feel like I'm going to die. Here I am with an embarrassing crush on a girl who's going to kiss me, but she thinks it's nothing much. It is the kissing game! You were right! Huimin inches closer. I close my eyes, nerves keeping me frozen in place. We kissed! Fell in love? She presses her lips to mine, a small, chaste, barely there kiss. I'd forgotten how it felt, but I'm so immersed in this memory that it comes back to me. It's almost cruel how vivid it is. In the corner of my vision, I see a shape behind the curtain. That's when I knew that this memory returning like this is her. The spirit in the banana tree, the demon I made my wish to. This is her cruel way of dangling what I want so badly, but- oh, that's the other thing! As children, they, did a ritual to grant a wish to be best friends forever, but Demon's wish was be best friends. Our wish was that she would always be ours. That's important, I think. That's what's coming back to get us now. Because despite Huimin kissing me that night, it was nothing more than a meaningless act. Years later, after I grew to accept my sexuality and plucked up the courage to tell her how I felt, she rejected me. I could try to date you, but I just think that in the end I'll probably end up with a guy, so I don't want to waste your time. She won't even give me a chance. She didn't think we had an ending together. I get it, I really do, but as much as I've resigned to it, having this memory dragged up from the depths and made afresh once more, I just want her all over again. I see the bedroom again. I'm back at the chalet. My body still feels prickly with phantom sensations. My chest feels tight with emotions, the weight of it so heavy that I feel nauseated, ready to bend over and throw up on the floor. Huimin is lying on the bed, motionless. Do you remember the ritual we did when we were younger? You wanted us to make a wish together, but I wished for something else. Maybe that's why it didn't come true. Maybe that's why we didn't stay best friends like you'd hoped for. Because I don't just want to be friends. I want you. And today I know I always will. That I will run to Huimin's side without a single seed of doubt, that I will lie and kill and bury for her. Even if she said not to waste my time on her, I will chase the imprint of her kiss forever. I will feed the pieces of my dreams into her, force my pleas and promises past her lips, even if I know she will always spit them back out. I know that, and I've known that for years, and still, the dream does not die. Huimin opens her eyes. I see the shadow from the backyard, the window, the one who twists my guts in ways both nauseating and intoxicating. I see the red thread I had tied myself to her, the way she followed me through the forest, through the dark, and through the years of my turbulent life. Of course, this is the only way it can happen for me. Show me. She reaches up, cupping her face in my hand. My face in her hand. I can read. Show me what you want. I'm waiting. I don't care that it feels wrong. I'm long past that, so I let her drag me down and kiss her. Her lips are sweet, but as she opens her mouth to invite me in, the taste of my tongue turns sour, like rotten flesh. It should repulse me, but something about it feels intoxicating. I move to straddle her, wanting to be closer. I imagine our bodies as broken puzzle pieces, forced together by a wish, bruises where we meet. If it hurts enough, maybe we can be molded into the shape of each other. I run my hands along her stomach. She moans, a soft and haunting sound. It strips me naked, desire rising in my gut like bile. I push my fingers under her blouse, unearthing more and more bruises. Red, purple, blue, the sum of her wounds mapped out beneath my hands. She's beautiful. I don't care if this ruins me. I don't care if the pressure crushes my organs or if my secrets are spilled from my lips and never return. I don't care if she takes me apart and never puts me back together. I'll gladly be swallowed by the tide of her making. Syira. She curls her arms around my neck, pulling herself close, her lips press against my throat. Do you know the price of your wish? I know she's speaking against my skin, but I hear her voice inside my head, deep and guttural, like an inhuman growl. Lefairy in chat! Oh shit, there's an ad starting soon. Hold on. Let me do a 3-minute one in BRB real quick, before we continue. Did I hit it? I did, okay. We'll do an ad before we continue. Whatever is happening here. your beak. I just forget follow age is a thing. Damn, fake fan. I'm not even following. 6'7". I saw it. Can't take it away. I saw it. Welcome back. We're kissing our girlfriend. See, this is the thing, right? It's my birthday next month in January. I invite all of you. Ooh. I don't think you can do it for someone else. It does reset though. If you unfollow and refollow, it does reset. What was I gonna say? Oh, this is listen. Why is it always sapphic shows like this are like there's cannibalism and like all of this, and then you get these BL shows and they're just having a fun time playing hockey. Yeah, shit. No. Let's get back into it. Something's happening. I'm sure this is all gonna end well. I know she's speaking against my skin, but I hear her voice inside my head, deep and guttural like an inhuman growl. Suddenly, her nails grow sharp against my skin, scraping against my pulse. My body goes cold. I swallow. She must taste my fear through my throat. She must know that as much as I'm afraid, I will not run. I feel her lips pull tight into a smile, all teeth against the jugular of my neck. It's you. Start hearing the old ones! Stop! I mean, yes, but stop! You don't have to say it. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I close my eyes. I hope my blood is warm against her lips. What is happening? Oh, her claws! I hope my heart is as black as it feels. And I hope that when she's done with me, that she will drag me straight to hell. It doesn't matter if it's a bad ending, as long as it's the one I can share with her. Ending love! Oh my god, we're in love! She's dead? Yeah. I kind of want to go back through and do the other ones. I don't know how many endings there are. Interesting. Yeah, it's a free game. I wasn't expecting it. Like I said, the game itself was only like 30 minutes long. I have just accidentally been yapping in it. We extended it out like an extra 45 minutes just talking. I think this person also does, they have Zines. They might have a couple other games. Load. Wait. Skip. Okay, let's ask. We're gonna go all the way over this way first. It brings you meaning to her tongue tasted like a corpse. That was a plot twist at the end there. Yeah. Yeah, I think she is dead, is the thing. Hold on. Huimin, are you okay? Your back is covered in bruises. Oh. I try to be careful, stringing my words together cautiously so she doesn't close off. Is it recent? I don't know, I can't really keep track. My dad gets angry all the time. It was probably something stupid like letting my wet hair drip on the floor or forgetting to arrange the plates a certain way. Who knows? I bite my lip. Huimin has a violent father. As the eldest daughter in the family, she's been raised to shoulder the responsibilities of taking care of both the household chores and her younger brother. She's the most hardworking and meticulous person I know, yet her father continues to find fault in her. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. I'm just unlucky. Sometimes I wonder if I did something to deserve this, if I'm a bad daughter after all. Huimin, you're not. Then what am I supposed to do for my family to be happy with me? It feels like there's an imaginary bar I'm trying to reach, but I don't know where or what it is. It's just incomprehensible to me. And now David, I don't even know how it happened. It was as if something took over me and I hope the poor dev watches your VOD and has to sit through my 40-minute dissertation on the sad state of submitting in the late 10s and early 20s. So, okay, is any of it, like, yeah, I am curious. That's why I'm going to do the other endings. I'm wondering if the whole thing isn't happening and that Huimin never called us. And what actually happened is, because at the very beginning, we're looking through her stuff, and we see that she's at the chalet with the boyfriend and we're upset. So I'm wondering if we went to them and we killed both of them. And that's what happened. And now, David, I don't even know how it happened. It was as if something took over me and oh god, am I just like my dad, just as violent and senseless? That's not true. It was an accident. I know it was. You didn't want to hurt him. Yeah, I won't hurt David on purpose, right? After all, that or it's the spirit thing took over and killed her and like took over her body or something. I wanted to marry him. Oh, my heart sinks. I've known this, but it's still my gut wrenches with disappointment. If I could marry him, because if that's the case, if this is the spirit inhabiting her, then yeah, she's in the shower with her. Because a lot of times, I'm not as familiar with Filipino folklore and stuff, but I know a lot of like Southeast Asian folklore, when it comes to like ghosts and spirits, they mirror back what you give them. So if you're calm while you're like talking to them, or like if you don't acknowledge, like they act normal until like the weird shit starts happening. I'd shower with a spirit. Maybe we already do. How would you know? One day you repost something from them on Blue Sky and I just see repost from an account blocking you because of this as I scroll past. If I could marry him, we could get a house and I could move out. It felt like the only way I could escape. The only way my family would let me go. The real villain here? Heteronormative society. But now it's over. My dream is over, Syira. Okay, we've seen this already. We're also gonna talk about the university where she was dating him. Do you remember what it was like in university? I was anxious. It was the first time we were really apart. I had a hard time, actually. I was unsure about the new environment, so I tried to keep in touch with you as much as I could. I see. When university started, both of us had to adjust to a new kind of curriculum and new classmates. I was lost without her, frantically clinging onto our friendship through text messages and calls. On the other hand, Huimin fit in better in her class. She made friends quickly. She even met him. University is where you met him, right? Yeah, I met him there. David was her first proffered boyfriend. She was devoted to him, almost desperately so. I hated it. I remember jealousy coiling in my gut, thinking that it's so easy for him. David was a tall and decent-looking boy, pursuing business in the university. He was popular and sociable in class, did well in school, and even played sports on the weekend. The exact type of guy who would make an ideal son-in-law. I knew it wasn't hard for him to approach Huimin, and it wasn't hard for Huimin to say yes, either, because boys like girls and girls like boys, didn't they? I could try to best him in everything. I could work to get better grades, play more sports, grow my social circles, but my attempts for anything more than a platonic friendship will always be wrought with disappointment. All I could do was step back and watch it unfold, let envy claw at the hollow of my gut, hungry for what I can't have. I wanted to be happy for you, but he always wanted your meal times and weekends. You started giving so much of yourself to him. I just felt pushed aside, I guess. I'm sorry. It's fine, it's not all your fault. I remember trying to hate her for treating our friendship like this. But once I had the opportunity to see her again, a smile, a hug, the sound of her melodious voice, all that bitterness was pushed under the rug. I just missed you. I still do, now. Sometimes I think, if only I was a boy, if only I was him, oh how much simpler it would be. I won't even need a twisted wish like this. I won't even need a demon like her. I think of David, the boy we had buried under layers and layers of earth. I think of the square edge of his boyish jaw, the bob of his Adam's apple, the broad slope of his shoulders. Does Huimin still love those parts of him, rotting as he must be? My stomach feels so hollowed out from disappointment that it hurts. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm gonna lay down. Can you turn the light off? Okay. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna turn the light off. Huimin and her boyfriend fought. Can you voice act them in their native accents? Absolutely not. She said they had a fight. I see the room before me, again. Furniture in disarray and broken glass strewn over the floor. I can hear Huimin sniffling, holding back tears, David gritting his teeth. I thought we wanted to get engaged because you loved me. Babe, I do. Then why are you treating applying for a BTO flat together like a business transaction? It's supposed to be our home, not an investment. You're being unreasonable. How can you ask me to pay more for the down payment just because I earn a little more than you? It should be a 50-50 split. Otherwise, you're just taking advantage of me. But David, you know I have almost no savings. I pay for my family's bills and whatever expenses they suddenly throw at me. I'm not trying to take advantage of you. I'm just asking for your help. So you think I have no responsibilities or that I'm made of money just because I paid for our Bali trip last year? No, I'm not saying that. I treat you so well, but you're just complacent now. Were you planning to use me to pay for a flat just so you could move out? That's not it. If you wanted a house of your own so bad, you should have worked harder so you can afford the down payment instead of relying on a guy. Girls are all like this. You say you have no money, then you go shopping and spend it all on frivolous stuff. I didn't... Stop making excuses. I'm sick of you crying about everything. Do something instead of relying on me. Then David grabs her. Huimin gasps, bruises blooming under his tight hold. No, David, please. He flings her into the furniture. Huimin cries out as she crashes and rolls onto the floor with a dull thud. Did you really love me, or were you just using me? David, I love you. I really do. She's on her hands and knees, reeling from the blow. David approaches her. Stop fucking lying. He grabs Huimin again, jerking her head up to look at him. Betrayal burns in her eyes. She knows his violence too well. Anger boils in my blood. How dare he do this to her? I want to reach into the memory, break his arms and bruise him. Even if all I have are my bare teeth and fingernails, I'll tear up his skin and make him bleed. My body grows hot, like a fire rising in my gut. Darkness spots over my vision and something tugs at my limbs. Her, the spirit in the banana tree, the demon I told my wish to. Then, I am nails digging into his skin, scratching and blood trailing where I dream of revenge. This is Huimin's body, but she is a vessel for my wish, and I wish to hurt him, tear him up, ruin him. David fights back. Bruises and blood blooming where we crash into each other. Frustration bubbles up in my chest. It's unfair how strong he is. It's unfair how easily he can get away. It's unfair how he gets to just be him. I stare at him, watching the blood trail down his face. It must mirror what he'd done to her. I want what you have, I start to say. I don't care how anymore. I don't care how. I don't know if he hears me. The words are in my head, screaming, but my mouth doesn't move to form then. Then I hear her whispering, "Take it. Kill him so you can take it." A new strength seeps into my arms, something so intense that it almost sends me reeling off balance. I step forward and shove him with all of it. David crashes into the table. The top shatters, glass scattering over the floor. His body slumps into the side, blood pooling on the floor, a deep, deep red. This is how it happened. I see the bedroom again. I'm back at the chalet. My body still feels prickly with phantom sensations. My chest feels tight with emotions. The weight of it is so heavy that I feel nauseated, ready to bend over and throw up on the floor. Huimin is lying on the bed, her body turned away from me. Her shoulders are shaking as she presses her face into the pillow and cries. This is how Batman died! I'm so sorry, David. I'm so sorry. Huimin, I put my hand on her shoulder. Do I want to comfort her, or do I just want her to stop saying his name? I don't know what happened. Stop it already. It's already over. He's already dead. I wished for it, and I don't regret it. And so stop dwelling on it and look at me. Look at me, please. Come back. I pull away, my stomach dropping like a stone in the ocean. This must be the cruelest joke of all. I'm sure David is laughing in his grave. All this, and I'm still not enough. Deep in my gut, I feel a gnawing pain. It's familiar, something I've known for years. It's the feeling when I see his arm around her waist in their photos, when she addresses him and touches his cheek, when Huimin picks him over and over and over again. I want her to be mine. I want her to be mine. I had dreamt of a slow but sweet romance. I had dreamt of Huimin, the fearless girl who didn't care what anyone else thought, leading me into it, and me, the introverted girl who struggled to even express a single opinion of my own, gladly following along. But nothing happened, and all I have is a pathetic, twisted wish. Slowly, I begin to hear a hissing in my head. It starts soft, like wind pushing past the curtains. Then it grows louder, raspy voices and harsh, unfamiliar tongues. Her. Her whisper is the curl of a finger, a taut thread tugging at my feet. I'm back outside. Looking into the backyard where we buried him, a harsh breeze cuts through the forest, raising goosebumps across my skin. I stare at the mound of earth, at the grave we had dug for him. He's right there, my body supplies, the boy I wanted to become. My gut stings, painful with all that I want, but I'm still missing. For the first time, I have a name for it. Hunger. I drop to my knees and start digging. The thought in my head begin to cease, replaced by the repetitive scrape of earth against my hands. Then, I hit flesh. Here is his boyish jaw, Adam's apple, broad shoulders rotting away. And she still loves him, even though he hurt her, even though he... Take what you want. The voice is in a tongue I shouldn't recognize, but I know what it says. After all, it's been in my head for a while. Demon or devil, it doesn't matter. She's the one who heard me all those years ago. She's the only one who knows how bad I've wanted this. Wear his skin and your wish can come true too. The hollow ache in my stomach is all-consuming, something that threatens to eat me up from the inside out. I reach forward, sinking my hands into flesh. It breaks away easily under my fingers. Blood slicks over my fingers, smearing over my hands. I think about how I'm taking him apart. I think about how I'm breaking his boyish features, his easy charm, and whatever Huimin loved down to its elements again. And now I can build myself anew with it. I bring my hands up to my lips. He is bitter and sweet, something I hate and something she loved. I chew. Flesh breaks against my teeth, tearing and tearing apart. Blood runs over my tongue, down my lips, my throat. For the first time, the gnawing pit in my stomach has settled. She can love me now. I feel relieved, even though the rot in my mouth makes me want to heave. Syira? Awkward! My head whips around. I see Huimin by the door, a phone cradled carefully in her hands. She looks terrified. What are you doing? I hear sirens in the distance, red and blue lights flashing in the night. I wanted you to be mine. But she won't even look at me, not even after I killed him. So I wanted to be him. It was the only way. No. It was all I ever wanted for all those years ago. The sirens are closer now, but it's okay. I have all I ever wanted now. Her voice had gone quiet for a while, too. I began to wonder if maybe there was really no malevolent spirit or demon, just me. I began to wonder if maybe there was... just me who ruined Huimin in her dream. Me whose jealous heart set us all on a trajectory towards hell. It's a hell I'd gladly accept. Ending envy. Hi, Cody. Welcome back in. Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior cannibalism as a metaphor for love? Okay. I'm gonna do the good, not the good, but the quote unquote, the me and her choices, and then I'm not gonna turn the light on. Or I'm gonna wait to turn the light on. I'm just curious if we'll get it. I hesitate, fingers hovering over the switch. The shadow lingers on my mind. Syira. Oh. If I wait enough times, will it do something? Probably not. Okay, well, I did both good choices. Wait, no. Okay, so maybe there's just 2 endings? Hold on, let me go to... Oh, 2 bad endings to explore, 3 full CGs, 50 partial, about 15 to 27k. Wow, about 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay, guys. 2 hours later. Okay, so we got both endings. He sounds right. Both bad endings. I liked the first ending. It's a graphic novel. Yeah, I mean, this was more... I mean, you make choices. Technically, it's a visual novel, but this was more kinetic novel. Specifically. Nope. Assistive self-voicing? Hold on.
Self-voicing enabled. The night was sweltering, warm with a heavy humidity that sank into my clothes. I feared that reaching to put on our shoes would wake someone, so we snuck out of the camp barefoot. But I barely noticed the earth cake between my toes. Instead, I was focused on her hand, warm where it was wrapped around my own.
It's fucking TTS. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. We're done. Yeah, I want to quit. That was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I like visual novels like that. It was very It Gets So Lonely here, which I also... You may not like this, but that is what lesbianism sounds like. It's just... No, that's TTS. That's not AI. That's a TTS voice, I think. That's not a, that's not, like Gen AI. That's literally just fucking Siri, like, screen reading. What have we been going? 3:30? 6:30? How long is the game? That you were recommending, Carrie? Because if it's not too long, we probably just hop over and do that one real quick. But if it's longer, I might save that. We'll call it. I'm assuming it's not a super long game. It's like 20 minutes? 20 minutes, or so for me, like 2 hours. Cool. Yeah,